brief instructional video, mostly for the folks at Tribes, because no real musician would find this terribly informative. But I'm going to teach you 3 simple chords on the guitar. These are the 3 chords I use the most because really I can only play in one key. Playing in the key of A, we'll skip all the theory. Playing in the key of A, the 3 chords you're going to use the most are A, D, and E. For those of you who like the phonetic alphabet, that's alpha, delta, and echo. See these here strings? Let's hope you can see the strings. This string down here, the low one, they're E, A, D, G, B, E, E to E. And I'm calling this the 6th string, the lowest one. Not lowest towards the ground, because we don't care about gravity. Musicians don't believe in gravity. Musicians believe in tonal quality. So, here's the first string. Way up there high. So, here's the A chord. Now you'll get some resistance from real musicians on this, but here's an A chord the way my father taught me to play it, and if you want to argue with my dead father, go right ahead. Index finger, and these metal bars here, for those of you who are really not musicians, that there is the nut on the neck of the guitar, and each of these metal bars in the fingerboard is a fret. And the way you make different sounds, see here's the 6th string, this low E just played open, but now if I fret it at the 5th fret, I push it against the fingerboard, bending it over that fret, and now it's an A instead of an E. So, to play the A chord, I put my first finger over the first 4 strings. That would be the bottom 4, geographically speaking. And then I take my pinky and reach up here just behind the 5th fret. When we say on the fret, you never actually finger on the fret. So, index finger pressed hard just behind the 2nd fret on the first 4 strings. Pinky finger on the highest string, the 1st string, just below the 5th fret. And the other fingers waving out there in the air, not doing anything because otherwise they get in the way. And then you don't play all the strings for every chord, but for an A chord, there we go. But you do have to play all the strings and not just hit 2 of them. And what I like about my dad's A chord is this high note is an A. A traditional A chord has an E note for the high note. You don't care, I know that. So there's your A. Now, the D chord, very similar. We start with the first finger on that 2nd fret, on meaning right behind it, but only the first 3 strings. And now my ring finger is going down on the 2nd string right behind the 3rd fret. And now I'm not really interested in that E and the A, the 2 low strings, low sonically, not low physically. So I'm just going to play the 4 strings starting from the D, which would be the bass note for my chord now. So there's that chord. I'll try and get my fingers out of the way. So now we have our A. The D. Now the E, we come down here behind the 1st fret on the 3rd string, counting from the floor. And then these 2 fingers, middle finger and ring finger, behind the 2nd fret on the 4th and 5th strings. And now, there we go. There's the chord. And now we just play them all. And then musically, we always want to come back home to roost, and we'll end on the root note, the root chord of our key, that A chord. So to play a little cycle, A, D, E, back home to A. And if you want to be a country musician, that's about all you need to know.